Hey, it's Kendall and this is 90 Church. Before we start, if you haven't done so already, please follow us on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube so you can catch our next episode. So we're in this series, You Want Me to Do What? And we're challenging each other to take a tangible step of faith every week in the lives of those around us, specifically in the lives of our neighbors. The challenge for this week is have a spiritual conversation. It's based on 1 Peter 3:15, which goes like this: worship Christ as Lord of your life. And if someone asks about your hope as a believer, always be ready to explain it. Always be ready to explain. Now, there's two things you need to know in order to explain your faith to someone else. First, you need to know God's story, and Zach talked about that on Wednesday, so if you missed it, just scroll back and watch it. The second thing you need to know, which we're going to talk about right now, is you need to know your story. You need to know God's story. You need to know your story. That is, how did you come to follow Jesus and why? And if somebody asked you why, what would you tell them? Could you explain it in 60 seconds if you had to? Now, I want to give you the most simple way that I know to tell your story. Here it is. Before, I was blank. Now, I am blank. That is, before you follow Jesus, what's a word that described your life? And since you become a follower of Jesus, how has that word changed? So here's some examples. Before I followed Jesus, I was searching. Now I've found what I sought. Or before I followed Jesus, I was angry, and now I'm at peace. Or before I followed Jesus, I was imprisoned, and now I've been set free. Here's one of mine. Before I followed Jesus, I found my worth in my performance. And now I understand that through Jesus, I'm fully accepted by God, regardless of my performance. Still a work in progress, by the way. So, what are your two words? What are your two words? Write them down and share them with someone else today. And then you've just had a spiritual conversation. All right, one more thing. Maybe you're still on the first word. Okay, if you're still on the before part and you haven't got to the after part yet, then you need to know this. Jesus has a second word for you. He has an after. So surrender your life to Him. Invite Him to be your Lord and your leader. Receive the forgiveness and life and healing that He offers through His death on the cross and by the power of His resurrection. We'll talk to you soon.